Ladies, come here. All of you. I hope the men have left. We're just going to give them a second because we need all of them to leave. They're gone. I'm going to teach you how to become your most magnetic self. And I say this with so much love because as a woman, why are you suffering on Mother Earth? You're literally a portal between this reality and the spiritual dimension. How can you lack? Let's just go down into it because I hear all these stories and I see you guys coming to embarrass even your men online. No, we need to do better. Number one, you're going to learn the secrets of your ancestors, the women that led tribes. Here is the thing, as a woman, your intuition comes before your intellect. Hear me out. And I'm saying this as a woman who runs an organization and runs a team, and people often compliment how my mind works. I'm telling you the reality. Your intuition as a woman has to come first before intellect. I'm not saying you abandon intellect, but the minute you learn to master and hone your intuition, you're going to be unstoppable in this world. Your intuition is your cheat code through life. It's how you override the system. It's how you get out of the matrix. So as a woman, imagine you're not using your number one asset. So someone might ask, then how do I optimize? How do I get my intuition to become more louder? Your intuition is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the louder it becomes. And since intuition, I call it the voice of God, is the ocean, while intellect is the drop in the ocean. So you see how human beings think they're all knowing? It's out of ignorance. Because basically the knowing in this reality is very limited. The truth is you are grounded in the universal field, in the quantum field, and you can access that quantum field through avenues like your intuition. Your intellect on the other hand is limited because your intellect operates on this reality. So as a woman, start honing your intuition. Start listening to that inner gut feeling. What is it telling you? The more you listen to that voice, the louder it gets. And the louder it gets, the better your life enhances out. Would you believe that all the solutions you're looking for are right within you? But you have to pause and listen to that inner God within. Second, once you master your intuition, naturally the divine feminine come to her rightful position. It means you are now at your highest prowess. There is nothing you can't achieve. When the divine feminine in you comes to the surface, she's the one now making decisions. There are rules to it. Naturally, you'll start finding yourself centering yourself. This is where you hear people saying we are decentering men. It's not us. It's not a way of hating on men. It's a way of mastering yourself, because once the divine feminine comes in her right position, this is goddess. She understands that nothing can ever take that position. So she centers herself. You naturally start centering yourself. Everything flows when your cup is full. And most of us have underestimated this reality. And this is why we've lost our magnetism. Because the minute you center yourself as a woman, everything in the world mirrors you. You put your passions on a pedestal. You put yourself on a pedestal. Nothing comes before you. Your career is something you pay attention to. Your happiness becomes forefront. You create from a point of ease, from a point of love, from a point of fulfillment. These are birthrights given to every single woman because you hold the womb. You hold the source of life. Do you know your true power? Do you know your true identity? Here's another one. You're going to start regulating your nervous system. I don't care the environment you are in. If you feel it's toxic, get out. You can never be your highest self. You can never operate from your highest potential if your nervous system is dysregulated. And this does not mean you have to wait for everything to be perfect before you are happy and contented and at ease. You've got to figure out how to arrive there first. Remember, as a woman, literally your environment embodies who you are. This is why you'll notice mothers, whenever they're in a home, the attitude of the mother dictates the attitude of the children and the husband. As a woman, you are the grounding center. And it's not just for women with families. As an individual, you've got to figure out how do I regulate my nervous system? And this comes easy once you know your triggers. So part of mastering yourself as a woman to become your most magnetic self is mastering the things that trigger you, the environments that trigger you, the associations that trigger you, and getting rid of them. Because you cannot be your feminine self from a point of survival. Those two worlds apart. Lastly, which is my favorite, because you have to master this to truly embody your feminine nature, is the art of slowing down. And if you're raised in Africa especially, this is supposed to come naturally to you. I'm a globetrotter, and anytime I go around the world, I get to appreciate that African essence, even if you call us African timers. Can you let nothing hurry you? Operate from a point of ease. Slow down, slow down. Why are you walking in a rush? Why are you talking in a rush? Why are you in a rush to get to the outcome? Why are you in a rush to get to the results? Embody the process. Enjoy each and every moment. Come back to the present. Nothing is as magnetic as a woman that takes her time with things. And I'm not saying this to mean you don't become proactive. No, it just means you move at a pace in the world that is of your own creation, which aligns with who you are at the core. We live in a world that is constantly trying to get us into the survival mode, into the rushing and hurrying and everything. That is a man's world. As a woman, for you to embody your true feminine, you've got to slow down. It means you're always living in the present moment. There's so much power in creation in the present moment. There is so much power in identity in the present moment. Everything is rooted in the present moment. You have to come back to the now. Slow down. Slow down, especially if you're trying to entice somebody. Somebody was asking me the other day, how do you do it? You know, how do you do it? How is it that people around you, including the men in your life, seem to want to do things for you? And I'm like, just embody your authentic self. When I look at women saying, for example, they're providing for men, it's not a bad thing. I've supported men through certain phases. But you gotta be the kind of woman that knows their worth. Those same men have done for me things that I can't even put down in words. I've gotten men buy me cars, I've gotten men buy me land, properties. And I still look them in the eye and tell them goodbye. Because I understand my worth, and it doesn't even come down to the material thing. So you can give me the world, but because I operate from my divine essence, if you don't give me areas that nurture me, for example, emotional security, then I'm out of the door. I don't care if you bought me a yacht. You've got to operate from that point as a woman, a point of self-knowing your identity, your true power. I see you people coming online, they're asking me questions about men. Honey, please ask me questions about business. A man is the easiest thing to attain, and not like in a bad point. And if you're a divine feminine, you're always going to attract masculine men around you, men who also know their true identity. And these men don't shy off from things like providing. They don't shy off from things like leading, you know. But you've got to be a woman who knows her true essence. That is when you can attract true masculine essence. A woman in a divine essence understands this. Another way that you become more magnetic as a woman, you've got to know that it's not your role to chase, force, or struggle. That means you're living out of alignment. A woman is supposed to live in alignment. When you're living in alignment, things come to you. You attract things to you. That is your true nature. You don't go after things. So if you're chasing after anything outside there, please, you're losing out on a very beautiful way that is divinely orchestrated for every culture. Let me know what you think. I think I should share more of this. I do personal coaching, baby, around abundance, energetics, and business mastery. And one of the proudest things this year is having my students get their dream homes, their dream cars, their dream properties, their dream businesses. I want to see more women tap into this. This is the right timeline. Cheers, guys. Let me know what you think.